how do we know if a model is georeferenced? So I'm going to start off with a very, very blank model in IFC. So I've just created a completely blank model, and I'm going to create a new element, and we'll give it a cube. I have a cube at my 0, 0, 0 origin point, and it's really easy to tell if something is georeferenced in Bonsai. And it doesn't matter whether you create the model in Bonsai or receive a model. All you do is you go down to the georeferencing tab. Just a moment. Let me turn on screencast keys so you can see. Oh, that's a bit big. There we go. You can see what I'm doing. And you look at the georeferencing panel, and if it says not georeferenced, it's not georeferenced. It's simple as that. And if somebody tells you that it's georeferenced, well, it's not. If you see this warning here, that's the end of the story. And especially if somebody is using IFC 2x3, it will almost never be georeferenced. There are sort of small details to that, like there are workarounds to georeferencing in IFC 2x3, but I don't think we'll cover that today. We're not really interested in the edge cases. We're just interested in best practices and simple scenarios today. We won't dig too much into technical details. So if somebody wants to georeference it, it needs to be in IFC 4, and this area needs to say that it's being georeferenced. And in Bonsai, it's really easy to create a georeference model. You just choose the type of coordinate operation. In this case, in IC4, you've only got one choice, and you press go. And now you can see the warning has disappeared and it's georeferenced. And what makes it georeferenced is this name over here. And this is the name of the coordinate system you're using. For something to become referenced, it to be part of a coordinate system. That's what CRS stands for, Coordinate Reference System. And there are lots and lots of coordinate systems around the world, and a surveyor is qualified to choose the most appropriate coordinate system for your project. And there is a big online database of coordinate systems stored by the EPSG organization. That's the, let's see, European Petroleum Survey Group or something. They've got a big database of coordinate systems, and each coordinate system is given a number to uniquely identify, in this case 3857. And you can look this up. So you go to a website. A good one to look at is epsg.io. So if I search up 3857, you can see that this will bring up the name of the coordinate system in use. And this is just like some sort of random default. This is the coordinate system that something like Google Maps will use when you view it on your web browser. So in Australia, for example, the number that you might see is a number that looks like this. And if I spoke to somebody who worked in Sydney, they would recognize this name and they go, yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like what I expect it to be. So yeah, that's it's a sanity check. If you don't see that number there, and it has to be in this particular format, EPSG : followed by a number, then either your project is pretty sophisticated and you're doing something fancy, or it's wrong, and most likely it's wrong. So yeah, so that's the answer to the first question. You know it's georeferenced if you don't get a warning in this panel and you can see a name that refers to a number and you can look up that number. This is a good website to look it up. And the name looks familiar to you. And this would definitely be if you're unsure, ring up your surveyor and say, hey, is this the right system? And he'll go, yeah, that's correct. Or he'll say, hold on, what's happening here? It's not right.